Here we have verse 11 of the ninth chapter of the Gospel of John. We're in the middle of a story about Jesus having healed a man who was born blind. And those who were the witnesses of this miracle are, of course, scratching their heads and wondering how exactly this thing could have happened. So they finally ask the man himself, and he gives this explanation here, which is really just a reproduction of what we saw earlier. It begins apokrythe. This is from apokrynomai. It means I answer. It takes the dative, typically, if there's an object to it. I answer. This is the third person singular aorist, passive in form, active in meaning, deponent verb, indicative, and so it's the statement for the answer he gives. So akanos, that man, answered, and then this is the answer he gives. Ho, the masculine singular nominative article, the anthropos, the man. Ho, the, so the participle here, of course, is going to be tied to the anthropos. So the man, the being called or being said, a way of referring to his name. This is the present passive participle, masculine singular nominative. So the man, the being called or being said, Jesus. So the man who is named Jesus is the way we translate it. Pelon, we saw that earlier. It means clay or mud, really, is the idea. So the man who is called Jesus, mud, epoiesen, third person singular, aorist active indicative of poieo, the contract verb, to make or to do. So the man who is called Jesus made, the aorist, mud or clay, kai epikrysin. And so this is a word we also saw earlier. Epikryso is the idea, to anoint upon, or to place upon is the idea. So he anointed, and then the eyes of me. So we have tous ophthalmos, the eyes, and then the mu comes up in advance, which gives a little bit of additional emphasis to it. So he made mud, and my eyes, the eyes of me, he epikrysin, he anointed, he slapped it onto my eyes, kai apen, and said to me. So apen is the third person singular, aorist active indicative of lego, I say. So he said to me, the dative here, indirect object of the verb. Hoti, not usually translated, but said to me to the effect that, or so that. Hupage. Hupage from hupago, means to go. It literally means to lead under. So it's a little bit more forceful than simply a command to go. To go in a command here. This is the second person singular, present active imperative. So go, ace, the preposition, takes the accusative, to, tone, seluam. So go to the salom, the pool, which is in view there, kai nipsai. This is the second person singular, aorist, middle, imperative, the middle voice meaning wash yourself. So go to the pool, wash yourself. So then a participle, apelthon, from aperkamai, I went away is the idea. The participle in the aorist, referring to time prior to the leading verb. So having gone away, un, therefore, kai, and nipsomenos, and having washed. Both of these are aorist participles, referring to time preceding the time of the leading verb. And then, of course, the verb itself, anablepsa. Anablepsa here, the word from anablepo, which literally means to look up, but is customarily rendered in the New Testament as to receive one's sight. So again, this is the first person singular, aorist active indicative, I received my sight. So it's an explanation. It's a repetition of the events that had taken place earlier. He had obeyed Christ's command, and he comes back seeing, having done that which Christ had commanded him to do. And of course, this is going to lead into an extended conversation about just how in the world could such a thing have happened.